Happy Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022. Can't make a long video today, and some of you are like, yes, it's about time. I'm sick and tired of it. I used to make videos on Twitter, 2 minutes, 20 seconds. That's all I could do, because that's the time frame that you have on Twitter. It's the longest video you can make. Then I get on YouTube and I'm making 22-minute videos. So I got stuff to do today. It's a hectic day. It's busy. It's just one of those days to where I'm just like, I gotta go. All right. So as soon as I stop this car, that's it. I can't sit around and talk. All right, so hurry up and get on with it, Westwood. I saw today, or I heard today, because I was busy doing other stuff, and they had the TV on in the background. They're talking about inflation. Whoa, some reprieve for customers. Inflation is that we have peaked. They're talking about that's the narrative now. Inflation has peaked. We're not going to have any more inflation. It's going to be on the downward trend at this point. Prices are going down. Eggs are going down in price. Dairy, food, bread, all this stuff. It's going down in price. I don't know what the sources were. I just heard it. They're talking about it on a little morning quote news talk show, fake news talk shows. And that was the narrative today. That inflation, along with the whole Trump thing, are we going to redact the document, or are we going to whatever. But yeah, inflation is decreasing. We're not going to have as much inflation. The thing is, and here's my problem. It's this day-to-day narrative stuff. And if you allow yourself to pay attention to it and listen to it and absorb it, like a lot of people do, probably sitting in front of their TV every day, drinking coffee, eating their buttered toast, and how, oh, this is what's happening today. This is the real news. No, it's not. They're just giving you a narrative. And the narrative, if on a day-to-day basis, changes so much that you would drive yourself crazy. You would make yourself absolutely insane if you believed what they were saying. Start thinking long-term. Long-term, we've got inflation. There's no stopping it at this point, because they've created trillions of dollars and just created, how much more in the Inflation Increase Act? It was like $700 billion, something like that. Do you realize in 2008, when we bailed out the banking system, bailed it out, everything was going to crash in 2008. Housing was imploding, Bear Stearns, Lehman Brothers, everything's going down, stock market's crashing, to bail out the banks because they were freezing up, locking up, not lending money to each other. The whole bailout package was under $800 billion. 768 or something, 786 billion. I don't know what it was. Under 800 billion. Now they did more than that, but on the surface, that's what Congress passed. Under 800 billion, and at the time it's like, oh my God, it's almost $1 trillion to bail out these banks. But we have to do it. The whole thing's gonna crash. Now, we just have this bill out of nowhere, Inflation Reduction Act, and it's almost $800 billion. You see how inflation works? You need more and more money. See how the Ponzi scheme works? You need more and more money to keep the thing going, to keep inflating it. Well, that's what you have. So you got to start thinking long-term instead of this short-term nonsense of, oh, everything's fine. Inflation is getting better. And see, they want to feed that narrative going into the elections. Oh, everything's fine. So instead, what you want to do is look at long-term, realize that inflation is built into the cake. The cake is massive. We're going to have Joe Biden jumping out of it. Probably Kamala. But it's already baked into the cake, and there's nothing you can do about it. So long-term, inflation is here to stay. It's got to work itself through the system. I don't care if they're raising rates, they're making it more difficult to get money. It doesn't matter. That money's already been printed. That money's already been created. It's already been thrown into the system. And they've just created about almost 800 billion more. The whole size that was needed to bail out the banks that were crashing in 2008. So just realize that, and realize long-term, the dollar is toast. All currencies are toast. Put your butter on that. Fiat currencies will not last. You got to position yourself in real assets, something that is going to hold value. And yep, here it comes. You need to look at Litecoin for the digital age, because it's sound money for the digital age, and you need to look at sound money for the current age and the old age, which is silver. These are my opinions, but these are things that will stand the test of time. Now, people will look at it short term and say, oh, Litecoin's down. Oh, silver's down. All right. What do you want to hold that has value at this point? What would you hold? What can you hold in your possession outside of a bank, outside of a government? What can you hold? If you want money that's going to hang on, that's going to preserve value in the long term, you need to look at silver, you need to look at Litecoin. Start thinking long term, quit thinking day to day. All right, I got to go. I love y'all. Trust yourselves. Have a wonderful day.